Well, what did you think of your first BCBU game?
Yeah, it was awesome. Something I've never really done before. Such a big rivalry like that, especially on the home turf. It felt really good to get that W.
And what do you think, just kind of the atmosphere of the game?
Yeah, it's crazy. I've never seen the Conti Forum that packed before. You know, the fans before the game and after the game were going crazy after every single goal. Just juiced the team to have that confidence going into more goals. So it was fun. It was awesome. Can't go wrong with thousands of fans cheering you on.
After such a back and forth second period, what did you guys change in your game to kind of shut it down in the third?
I think we just locked on in the little things. I think the defensive side of the game, we keep on working and keep on honing in every single day. And the more we do that, the more of a team structure we have. It's hard to play against. So the more defensive things we have going into that third was huge for us, and we executed them well, and we had the W.
Power play was 3 for 3 tonight. What went well?
I think just moving the puck. Our coach had really good pre-scout before the game of their PK, and we just moved the puck really quick and got them out of their shape, out of their box, and we were able to pot a few big ones.
What are your kind of just thoughts on how the team has improved through the semester? It seems like you guys are playing some of your better hockey now.
Yeah, I'd say we were definitely playing a lot more consistent games, especially since the beginning of the year. New coach, new everything. So it was definitely tough for our group to adjust to those things, but we're doing so much better now. Every single day we're preaching the same things, and it's really showing in our practices and in our games recently.
Kind of even with the big crowd and the spotlight on, you're still able to come out with 4 points. Can you just talk about how you stick to your game even with the spotlight on?
Yeah, I think it's just a huge credit to my teammates able to find me in tough situations there. They didn't freak out over such a big crowd or atmosphere like that. They kept their game simple, and it worked out. It was a great night.
What was it like in the locker room afterwards?
Oh, it was definitely crazy. Definitely crazy. It was awesome. Such a great feeling, especially in your home barn against your biggest rival. It was definitely awesome, and to do it on Jerry York night, such a legend in college hockey, it was a really fun experience.
The goal celebration, are you putting your sword back, or is it a gun that you're putting up?
I'm not really too sure. I did it after a nice goal against Northeastern, and it seems to work, so just keep on doing that, and we'll see if it changes. So
That's new this year.
It is new this year, yeah. So it's good. I like it.
Speaking of goals, the Eagles only had 35 going into this game. How does it feel to drop 9 on your crosstown rivals?
Oh, it feels great. Definitely it felt like a football game out there, goal after goal after goal. But it was awesome. It was 6 goals let in by Mitch, but still I thought he had a great game. Really kept us in there, especially in the late third. It felt really good to score all those goals and get this crowd going crazy that many times.
Help you playing with someone like Trevor, who's obviously been through this before and obviously knows where to find you and stuff.
Yeah, he's been a great leader. That's why he's got one of the letters on our team. He's been a great mentor of mine, and just kind of bouncing ideas off of him because he's been here many, many times before. So he's been a great guy, great leader to follow, and it was fun playing with him tonight.
All right, thanks, Connor. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Players like those games a lot more than the coaches. Fans do too. It was exciting. Both teams, I thought, probably wish they played a little sounder defensively. But again, both teams really showed resiliency in coming back and forth. I thought we did talk, as Cutter mentioned, about playing a little more simple in the third, getting pucks behind them with more consistency and getting above. First 2 periods, they were really able to come out of their zone a few times with great pace and caught us. And they're very dangerous on the rush, as you saw. So that was our biggest focus, is to not allow any outnumbered rushes in the third, and we were fortunate enough to hang on.
Big storyline before tonight was kind of the new coaching era. So for both teams, so how does it feel to get that first one on BC side?
It's always nice to win, especially against them. Over the years, it's been such a great rivalry, and tonight was one of the crazier games. I actually heard a stat tonight that I played in the last time it was a 9-6 game. So it's been a while. There were that many goals, but it's always good to win. like I said, I don't think either coach would dream that the game would have gone that way. But if it does, you're happy you're coming out on top.
Coach, what were your thoughts on just everything honoring Coach York tonight and how that was all?
Well, I mean, there aren't enough honors you can give a guy who's done that much for the sport, that much for the school. The turnout was incredible. So many former players, all the way back to some of his teammates. And I guess you guys probably weren't there upstairs. They did such a nice job before the game. And then I wasn't really paying attention to the one during the game, but he certainly earned everything and more. He's put such a stamp for college hockey, for Boston College hockey, and for Boston College. He's as good an ambassador as you could ever hope for all three of those. So we'll probably do another one just because he deserves it. So it was great. And like we said earlier, like Cutter said, it's great to come out with a win on that night.
Coach, I'm sure the locker room's in a frenzy, but obviously this won't be one that Mitch is going to look back on and be excited about. How can he sort of learn from this game going forward? What's your message to him? How can he just hold his head up after dealing with adversity?
Yeah, I still think he played pretty well. And we'll tell him that. I mean, anytime you give up 6, a goalie's not going to be happy. But there were many of those that he couldn't do anything about. Like, I look more at our defensive breakdowns than I do as inconsistent goaltending. So really, maybe 1, maybe 2 that he would really want back. But other than that, there were far too good chances that we gave up.
This could be a tough rivalry to break into. What did you think of the night Cutter had the first time playing in this rivalry?
Yeah, he's pretty composed all the time. Really haven't seen him get rattled in any game. So I think he kind of knows who he is as a player, and he goes about his business in a very efficient way. Because there was a lot of offensive opportunities on going both ways, he's going to be a guy who can capitalize on those, as we saw. So for him to come out here in his first BCBU game and get 4 points is a great statement to who he is and how mature he is to keep his head and keep composed in a game like that.
Coach, with the fall semester for you guys in the books now, how would you kind of describe the identity of your team?
Good one. We're growing. I think we've definitely become more consistent over the last few weeks. I would say we'd been on the whole pretty sound defensively. We weren't really a high-flying, big offensive team until tonight. So I think that'll still be our calling card, as being more sound. A little bit more of a grind game. Tonight was by far our best at finding openings in the offensive zone. I thought we did a much better job on our cycle. For much of the early part of the season, we were not getting enough time in the offensive zone. It was maybe, one chance or one short cycle, and then we'd be back checking. So the fact that we were able to sustain pressure is a really good sign, and hopefully we can pick that up when we come back after the break.
Coach, can you also just talk a little bit about the student atmosphere, what you guys got from them tonight?
Yeah, that's
Successfully defending the Heights tonight.
That's exceptional. Such a great atmosphere from the students, especially in a back and forth game like that when they kept scoring after our goals. To have the positive energy from the crowd is a huge. The building doesn't go quiet. Like, they kept cheering, and I think our guys definitely fed off that energy and were able to respond. And why it was such a back and forth game. But yeah, we can't say enough. Hope the fans come like that the whole season, because our guys definitely feel the energy, and the bench is more alive. It's really a great atmosphere to be a part of.
What will you do over the next couple of weeks while you have a bit of a break here?
Watch a lot of hockey games. We'll be at a few tomorrow. The kids hopefully will be studied up and do a nice job on their exams, so they can feel good coming back for second semester. And there's so much Christmas hockey for the coaches to watch, so we can find the next guys that want to come to BC.
Awesome.
Good. All right, thanks, guys. Happy holidays.